Alright, they listened. Let's see if the Sonic movie is as good as we hope it is. I don't think it will be, but let's see anyway. Okay, Kyle, so I think... Wait. Kyle? Hello?
This is my power, and I'm using it to protect my friends.
Let's go! Hello everyone, we just got back from watching the Sonic movie with my guest, Ethnic Weeb, or Kyle from the Opie Bros.
Just say Kyle.
Kyle from the Dead Channel Opie
Oh,
Bros.
shut up. You're very funny, Shane.
So,
Yeah.
that's a review. Thank you for watching.
This is the only reason you got distracted is because you're playing the trailer on the
there's
TV.
background.
So
Bad idea. I think the GIF will do just fine.
okay.
I love this GIF.
Yeah, it's a good GIF.
I should play throughout the movie.
Yeah, we saw the Sonic film about
Like
I
an
2
hour.
hours ago, nearly 2 hours ago.
Yeah, an hour or so ago.
And
I was kind of surprised to its overall quality. I came in with no expectations coming into this movie.
I came in with the expectation it was going to be pretty garbage, and at least it wasn't that garbage.
I don't think it was. You could even consider it trash. I'd just consider it. Yes, it did play it safe
Yeah, it did.
in parts.
If it wasn't like I tweeted it, but I'll reiterate it here. Basically, if this film was anything other than a Sonic the Hedgehog film, it would be an average film that everyone forgets about within a week.
Well,
That's
it wouldn't even really be any film really, because it wouldn't really
no,
have anything.
You can have some sort of film where it's like, oh, superpowered alien comes to Earth, is lonely.
Yeah.
Gets hunted down by his mad scientist. You gotta have anything related to that. It doesn't have to be with Sonic at all.
Replace the adult with like some autistic child that no one likes.
Yeah.
Just to be all like, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Replace it with Sammy.
It's not... The film is really not special at all. I think the only reason a lot of people are favourable towards it is because, one, Birds of Prey came out at the same time and no one likes it. And two, because it's an adaptation of a video game franchise that is not the absolute worst thing in the world, unlike what it used to be
I personally
prior to Detective Pikachu, which a lot of other people liked more than I did. So
I was actually looking forward to watching this movie after they confirmed and showed off the new design.
yeah,
The reason I went in is because I was like, kudos to listening to the fans, because no other movie company, no one in Hollywood has ever listened to the fans and has actually changed something because of that.
it is extremely rare, especially in the current landscape, not just Hollywood in general, but specifically this time frame of the past, I want to say 15 years maybe.
Yeah.
You never see anyone prior to this film actually look at the backlash they got from the audience and think, you know what?
Let's make a good movie.
Let's actually go back, look critically at what we did wrong, and fix it. Now, some fucking apologist would say Star Wars listened to the fans, which they didn't.
They really didn't.
Yeah, especially after The Last Jedi, which didn't go over well for anyone, and
No.
The Rise of Skywalker fixed basically nothing and made things worse in some cases. But
what do we know? We didn't go see those movies.
yeah, but basically, I'm not a fan of Sonic. I've never really considered myself a part of that community, even a little bit.
You haven't even played any of the games.
I played a little bit of some of the games, mainly the modern ones, none of the classic ones, so I'm really not a Sonic fan at all.
I was half tempted to go in wearing my Sonic t-shirt that I own, but
God.
I don't fit into it anymore.
Oh wow, I wonder why.
Yeah, the shirt was just too small. That's all.
Yeah, it's totally the
I grew
shirt's fault.
too bulky and too cool
Absolutely.
for my t-shirt.
Um,
I'm actually a bit more optimistic about this film than you are.
I was about to finish it off with saying the only reason I was going to watch this film ever is because I was one of the people who also was like, wow, that old design looks like absolute fucking shit.
And everyone agreed with that.
And then when they changed it, I was kind of forced into a position where it's like, all right, fine, I guess, because I somewhat criticized it, not as vocally as other people,
Yeah.
but because I was part of the people who were like, wow, it looks like shit. It was like an obligation for me to see the film as a sort of thank you.
Yeah. That was part of my mindset too, because
Otherwise, I never would have seen the film.
yeah,
Because it wasn't for me.
I've
That's the
actually
thing.
watched the trailer before you came in here, and they have changed quite a few plot points that they completely changed, which would explain why the beginning of the movie felt so rushed, because a lot of the plot changes that I saw from this trailer felt rushed because it is.
Yeah.
Because it was like in this trailer that I saw, the original one was, oh, everyone's after my powers, and if Dr. Robotnik gets a hold of it, he can control the universe.
That's
Really shit.
That is radically different from what the actual film is.
Yeah.
The actual film, spoilers by the way.
Yeah, spoilers.
It's just a sort of Sonic and his friend run away from the government because Robotnik works with the government.
He's a great
and
U.S. citizen.
and tries to go home. Like it's a really, really simple story, which is why I also made the comment that, like, before this podcast, that the movie was playing it safe.
Yeah.
Because it's very, very fucking safe.
I feel like that even though it played it safe, I feel like there wasn't really a whole lot you could do considering it's Sonic set in
Yeah.
the real world.
I mean, I guess.
At least we didn't see Sonic like get sawed in half or get his head chopped off or something.
Yeah, but like
Sonic goes the real world, dude.
like usually, I was actually thinking about this. Is like, okay, well, if it's playing it safe, what would you consider to be a good movie, or how could it take a risk or whatever?
I wouldn't really consider it like even a good movie.
Well, I was mainly thinking about my criticisms of the film and kind of my response to the people who would respond to my criticism.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like a good film, at least the films I like, are usually ones that explore or challenge the underlying themes
Yeah.
within its own like setting
Yeah.
or whatever.
But then you realize it's Sonic, and it's like, what fucking themes can you get out of Sonic?
Good question. I can't answer that
Yep.
because I'm not a Sonic fan, so I don't know a whole lot.
Well, to my knowledge, and from what I've played, because I've played quite a few Sonic games in comparison to your experience, like, I've been playing Sonic games since I was like 13.
Yeah.
And I can safely...
And yes, you're a new fag. You're not an old school guy.
Yeah, I'm not
at
an old
all.
school guy, so...
You only played the new shitty ones from the Wii.
Yeah, so I come from the perspective of garbage Sonic and his friends, and I've seen the Sat AM cartoons, I've seen Sonic Underground.
Well, everyone likes the first.
I love the
AM
Sat
one.
AM cartoon.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
And I am kind of a sucker for the Sonic Underground stuff, just solely because I find it amusing.
Yeah. Which is why you're playing a GIF on your phone right now.
Yeah, I love these fucking GIFs from Sonic Underground. They're
Yeah.
so funny. Yeah, considering what Sonic has to work with from all the other plots that we've had, this one isn't the absolute worst. It's not Sonic Generations
No.
levels of trash. And I know people are going to get really mad at me because everyone loves Sonic Generations, but I really don't like that game. And the story is even less than this movie. It's better than Sonic Unleashed, which was that shitty Werehog one with Gaia
Yeah.
the garbage. Oh my god, we got it. I'm so scared.
Everyone knows what Sonic Unleashed is.
Yeah.
No one forgot that.
So, I feel like they weren't really trying, when they were writing this, to make a exceptionally good movie. They were just trying to make it a fun movie.
I know, and that's kind of why I'm tempering my expectations and not saying this is an absolute garbage film. Because
I will say that
this is the fake thing.
no, don't worry. We'll talk about that in a second. It's the jokes in this movie. Oh fuck, there can be some awful cringe sometimes.
there are
Some
yeah.
really funny, but
I'm gonna be honest. I've already forgot like half the good jokes that I actually kind of laughed at.
I kind of like the giant rubble ball one where it was like, "Give show us on though. Are we there yet?"
Yeah, I mean, it kind of tickles my autism a little bit, but
Yeah.
no, the one I remember the most because I thought it was really funny and brutal was the one about Robotnik where you were talking about
That being
drinking baby formula, and then Tom, who's the main
main
guy,
character.
he says, "I was breastfed," and Robotnik was like, "Oh, way to spit that in my orphaned face," and I'm
I
like,
was
"Wow,
like,
that is
oh.
like the most brutal and hilarious joke in the whole film."
I like how the audience even felt that one, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
It was funny as shit.
It's like, oh, it's so fucking brutal.
It was actually really funny. I enjoyed that.
I almost felt like the Dr. Robotnik, when he was talking about his past, was alluding to the fact that he was a school shooter. Like when he was talking about his bully, I was like, is that why you look like a school shooter?
Yes, Shane. I also watch Penguin Zero on YouTube, but yeah. Otherwise, there are some really bad fucking
Yeah.
jokes. Like, of course, you got to have the typical fucking Lamau. He farted joke, haha. Which, by the way, no one in the theater laughed.
Not
at
even
that
the
joke.
the one
Not even
child.
the one kid that showed up in the theater laughed at the fart joke. Because guess what? Fart jokes just aren't that fucking funny. I'm sorry.
Because we're not in the
They're not fucking funny.
we're not in the 90s anymore. Or
We're not in the
whatever.
90s, and we're not 5 years old, okay? Can we please move on from fart jokes?
It's so cheap and lazy. Just I like how it was just like spliced in there that you could just easily just cut that out and continue the conversation.
Part of me also thought maybe they left the fart joke in for the Japanese, because for some reason they have these fucking weird poop jokes, and it's like,
Yeah.
unko, ha 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 ha, unko, ha ha.
Did you find? Though I did find it funny when Robotnik spoke Japanese for no reason.
Oh yeah, where he said interesting, and it's like, why?
I was like,
why'd
why-
you do that?
Reference.
It is kind of funny.
Speak-
Omoshiroi.
But
What should I
we should all bring up the Fortnite dance. It's garbage. Get
Oh my
rid of
god, yes.
it. Blu-rays,
Fucking-
please edit it out.
Fucking, can we? Why?
Why have we not moved on from this?
I don't know why Sonic thought doing one of the Fortnite dances was such a brilliant fucking idea, considering because he's a loner, he never goes into people's houses. Did he even
Yeah.
ever play a video game?
No, he read
Prior
the
to-
Flash comics,
Yeah, like,
which
Fucking
makes sense. But
hell.
like, holy shit.
fucking, can we just kill the Fortnite meme, please? It is absolutely fucking cringe. No one in the theater liked it.
Yep. No one laughed.
Just
no one was-
fucking get rid of it. It's already last decade. Just
Yeah.
stop it. Please stop these shit jokes.
I did. One joke I did really like is that. Of course, I want a latte. I love the way you make. I love the way you make them. Jim Carrey did steal the show.
Jim
in this
Carrey is actually the best part of the movie, which is
Yeah.
which
I was
is
surprised.
funny.
I was surprised
It's
by.
really weird.
I thought he would be the worst part. Turned out to be the funniest part.
Yeah, I agree.
And
Considering Jim Carrey's recent behavior and his recent political activism, it was refreshing to see him not do any of that.
yeah,
Apparently, he said that in an interview. that he
yeah.
was stepping away from that,
Speak-
at least for the film.
Speaking of politics, there was not a single political comment about climate change
Oh yeah, like
or,
Detective Pikachu did.
or
Yeah.
the presidency or.
Although I did
anything.
notice they called him Uncle Sam, and they didn't say Mr. President or anything.
Well, you know what
They
Uncle
clearly-
Sam is. It's like, oh, we'll use him
Yes.
for war. That shit. That's what they were alluding
No,
to.
no, they were saying Uncle Sam to refer to the president.
Oh, well,
They were specifically, they were referring to the president, but they didn't want to say the president or Mr. President for some fucking
Well,
reason.
I
'Cause
would-
maybe it'll remind people of Trump.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But I'd still prefer that over fucking.
Lamau, climate
Well,
change
change-
real, Lamau.
Yeah.
Which I don't care, by the way.
Which
but it pisses me off how many people were like, oh my god, we're gonna fucking die in 12 years. Oh.
Which automatically makes Sonic the Hedgehog better than
Detective
Pikachu.
Pikachu. Yeah. I will say, I do agree with the idea that the Sonic movie is better than Detective
Yep,
Pikachu.
infinitely better than Detective
'Cause-
Pikachu. It's funnier.
Yeah, because, like, Detective Pikachu, I didn't hate it, but I didn't particularly like it either. I had a lot of
Yeah.
problems with it, which we already went through. But Sonic, the major criticisms of Sonic is that it doesn't try to be anything risky.
Yeah. Tom, though he was a human character, wasn't the main character. It was still Sonic.
Yeah.
So that's already a plus one because, Justice from Detective Pikachu was
Yeah,
the main
Justice
character.
Smith, yeah.
Yeah, he was the main character in that movie. So it was good to have Sonic being the main focus of the film.
Yeah, I agree. That is a welcome thing to do. Tom is not that interesting, and his character's a bit inconsistent.
Yeah, and obvious diversity hire wife, but
Yes.
it's so annoying how I keep bringing this up.
If I was alt-right, I would be so pissed off that Tom is a Jew who married a black woman.
And yes, he's Jewish because of his last name.
Yes, Wachowski is not a quote-unquote Anglo name as far as I'm aware, but like it's just one of those things that you notice because you go down a rabbit hole a bit too much, I guess. But...
I want to bring this part up, but first I'll bring up the Sonic reference in the movie.
Fuck. I audibly laughed out loud when I saw that fucking Old Man Jenkins, or whatever his name was.
Yeah, that dude.
Because he was the only one who noticed that Sonic was there. He had a picture that we assume he drew. Like, he just showed it. He didn't draw it. But it was literally the Sonic meme. It was Sonic, and I laughed, and no one else got it for some reason.
I feel like that the audience didn't even notice that it was there because it was like sort of hard to see.
Sonic.
It was the Sonic.
How could no one notice that?
I just think they didn't care for it.
Yeah.
I
thought it was hilarious. That was one of my favorite jokes.
I don't know if this was deliberate or not, but I'll say it on record anyway. Dr. Robotnik's assistant, Agent Stone.
Oh yeah, Agent Stone, yeah.
If you pay attention and look closely at his nose shape, while smaller, is shaped like Snively from the Sat AM cartoon.
Yeah, which I think is... I think that's reaching too far.
Yeah.
But if it was an Easter egg, then...
I'd hope that the director or someone from the production would say so, because...
Yeah, because otherwise...
That'd be a good reference.
Otherwise, he's another diversity hire character.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Which is... You just can't fucking avoid it anymore in these fucking films. It's so annoying.
I mean, to be fair, at least he wasn't that bad. I didn't hate his presence on screen because Robotnik was there.
Yeah. Like
he didn't overstay his welcome.
He worked fine with Robotnik's absolute lunacy.
I did have
this
movie. All right, let's talk about the feet.
Hang on, I wanted to talk first about more of the intro. Like you mentioned, the intro was rushed, but because the intro was about Sonic's backstory. Because he came from Mobius. Yeah. They didn't say Mobius, but he came from Mobius.
I'll just stop you right there, because the movie starts off in a really shitty way. It's like, hey, this is me. I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation.
Yeah, the fucking narration, I hate it.
I hate that shit.
I really disliked the narration. I did not like it at all.
I bet you're wondering how I get into this situation. Let's rewind the whole movie.
Yeah, oh my god.
I hate it when movies do that.
Please move on from that. Oh my god, it's so annoying. It wasn't funny. I didn't like it.
Please stop it.
So the more I talk about this film, the more I find things I didn't like very much.
Yeah, but we've also brought up things that we also liked about the movie. But anyway, so the start of the movie, he doesn't mention that his home planet is called Mobius. He mentions the island, which is just the Green Hill Zone.
Yeah, it's just an island.
Which I really don't like, because that implies that his whole planet is an island.
Yeah. Or that he came from Earth on an island that no one saw.
Or an alternate
it turns out
Earth.
He is from another planet, which is just weird.
Yeah.
Why not planet?
His caretaker was this weird CG owl that did not belong in the Sonic universe.
Yeah, so...
This OG character.
Yeah, so if everyone remembers, they went for the whole realistic thing with Sonic's first design, and I think the owl that was taking care of him was left over from those initial design plans, because she didn't look different at all. She didn't look like she belonged. She looked like she came from Legend of the Guardians.
Yeah, she looked really bad.
Yeah.
Also, surprise Uganda Knuckles reference.
I don't think it's...
Yeah, I know it's not, but Knuckles is in this movie, confirmed.
Well, his species of echidna is confirmed. They're all wearing tribal gear.
I'm really interested to see if they make a Sonic 2, because yes, this movie ends with a cliffhanger ending.
Cliffhanger because it's Tails. Yeah. Tails shows up on Earth.
Well, massive spoilers. Tails actually is in this movie.
I already preempted this with spoilers, but yeah. Tails shows up at the end.
And honestly, I'm actually excited to go watch a Sonic 2. I actually welcome it, because I had so much fun.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, maybe not for you so much, but for me...
I just didn't love it.
Well, I'm not saying I loved it. Okay, I will say this movie is not a good movie. It's just a fun movie that you can just... It's good to watch with just as something in the background.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's alright.
But again, it doesn't do anything challenging, which I guess is not fair for me to say as much because I'm coming off from talking about and seeing
Yeah.
Joker, but
I feel like that not every movie needs to be challenging or thought-provoking.
no, I
Or
get
something
I
like
get
that.
that. You don't have to do that. It's just if you want to catch my interest, playing it safe and doing a relatively normal movie
Yeah.
that just happens to be about Sonic is not the most captivating thing in the world for me.
Yeah, I just felt like considering that it's Sonic and what they had to work with, honestly, it turned out better than I was expecting, which was
Shit.
even worse
Yes.
than this.
I agree.
A worse Detective Pikachu.
I agree. It went above my expectations, but
Imagine
it
if
did not
they-
wow me.
I was actually half expecting Sonic to have I have amnesia or I've lost my powers or this or that or
Yeah.
some really garbage
That would have
contrived
been
shit.
that would have been fucking awful. I mean, if we're going to talk about contrivances, the fact that he calls Robotnik Eggman just for some
Yeah,
reason,
for some literally there was no context as to why he started calling him Eggman.
like the only indication of him calling him Eggman is because previously he called Tom Donut Lord.
Yeah.
But that doesn't.
It's such a stretch in logic.
Yeah, that doesn't
Leap in
necessarily follow that he'll just call Robotnik Eggman unless there's something about him that looks like an egg or reminds him of
Yeah.
an egg. Because Tom is Donut Lord because he talks to his donuts and
Yeah.
then eats them.
Dr.
So-
Robotnik's famous
Which is kind of funny, by the way.
flying
that donut
yeah,
thing.
it was.
I don't
His
love it.
flying device was heavily modernized to the point where I feel like it felt like an Apple product almost.
It felt like an Apple product that belonged in an Avengers film.
Yeah.
It didn't look particularly interesting.
Like, it's not like I completely hated the design. I just felt like that they should have stuck with his sphere-like flying machine.
Yeah, his actual egg.
Yeah, his
so
egg
to say.
machine.
See what I mean? How the longer I don't look at the film, the more I'm starting to forget some of the things in the film.
Well, it's also because it's late, and also we've had...
Well, I mean, yes, but it's not that late. But,
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see. Oh, alright, let's talk about Sonic's feet.
Oh,
Sonic's feet
yes.
make an appearance in this movie, and it was the absolute funniest thing in the whole movie.
That's so disgusting.
Confirmed he has human feet.
He has human feet, and it's so gross.
I
like-
love how they zoom in on it.
Like, so Robotnik tracked down Sonic's his footprint left by his shoes, and one of the things he used to confirm that Sonic is not actually he's actually an alien is he was able to scan the footprint within the
shoe.
shoe, which would imprint it on a boulder, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but whatever, we bypassed that.
Yeah, we bypassed that logic.
And it turns out there's a fucking full proper scan of the soles
His foot.
of Sonic's whole foot.
And it's...
And it's the most disgusting thing ever.
It is
and I fucking want to barf.
No, you fucking died thinking about
Because
it.
I couldn't believe I could
not fathom they did
I
it.
could not believe that they actually went out of their way to pander to the fucking degenerates in the Sonic community to that extent. Like they were teasing it a little bit
Yeah.
with the holes in his socks. But they never. I noticed they never took his fucking socks off because they
Thank
knew.
God.
They knew. They
you
knew if they
did.
did that. Holy shit! The amount of fucking cum that would have been all over the theater would have been
Astronomical.
unreal.
It would have been fucking hilarious.
The entire room would have smelt like semen for 26 hours.
It was amazing.
It was fucking unbelievable.
You know, I'm kind of glad that we didn't have to see Sonic take off his socks slowly after
after a nice
after
hard run, a
yeah.
nice jog.
I like how
My feet are so sweaty.
I was getting kind of nervous when Tom's Weef took off his shoes, and I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
no!"
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. But they only kind of hinted at it. You never, even when he actually does take his socks off, you never actually see him take his socks off because he just went ahead and put on his
New
trademark red shoes because they had socks built into them.
I kind of
which is a
don't
bit
like
weird.
how, for literally no reason, that little girl had those shoes.
Yeah, I know.
Just to give him. That was
had the right size shoes for Sonic alien giant feet. But whatever. I guess. So that was a bit weird.
Yeah. Do you find it weird how Sonic is technically a child in this movie? I always thought he was like a bit older.
Yeah, he's like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Which is a bit weird, but
that just felt so strange.
Yeah, but it's like also Sonic's always been a pretty young character.
Yeah,
it's only more recently where he's like in his 20s or whatever.
Yeah, but it just felt like he was more like teenage like.
Yeah,
and stuff. It's Tails who's the actual child who's like 8.
Yeah. Whom they did not credit in the credits, by the way.
Yeah, that was weird.
I know. Tails only had one line, maybe two, but they didn't put Tails' name down at all in the credits afterwards. So I thought that was a bit weird.
One thing I will talk about
it's not like you could spoil Tails. You
Yeah.
already saw Tails, so whatever.
I actually quite like Tails' design in this movie.
Yeah,
It was good.
Tails looked perfect. He looked more perfect than Sonic even. And
Yeah.
Sonic looks really good.
One thing I will say about this movie that I actually did like, you probably don't agree, but I actually like the characterization that Sonic went through in this movie.
Well,
he actually went through, an arc.
Yeah, again, it's inoffensive.
Well, I feel like that
Tom's I have a bigger problem with.
Yeah, because he was a bit all over the place, but Sonic was a bit more focused.
Yeah. Like, Sonic's whole thing was relatively consistent in what it was trying to convey, but Tom was like, I'm a cop, Lamau, I'm a bad boy now, kind of thing, and then suddenly I'm friends with Sonic because we hung out for like an hour and a half, so it was...
It became a mutual friendship.
I really hate the pacing of films where it tries to squeeze this deep,
Forced
meaningful friendship in 90 minutes, and I fucking can't stand it. It just doesn't feel natural at all.
It even did the forced conflict while they were in the car, the scene
Yeah,
after
they had
a
little argument because Tom was like, Lamau, I want to go to San Francisco, and then he has basically no rebuttal. He's just let Sonic do all the talking, and then he's like, Lamau, I agree with Sonic, even though I didn't present my side of the argument at all. I just let him waffle.
I felt like that Tom sort of became a pity party for Sonic because he saw his bucket list says he wanted a real friend. I guess I could kind of see something like that.
But like...
It's just that they didn't really spend a whole lot of time, though.
They spent 2 days.
Well, what we saw, but...
They said 2 days.
Yeah.
Sonic said that these 2 days are the best days of my life.
I can't believe they went from Green Hills, Missouri, or whatever they were.
Wherever Green Hills literally is.
All the way to San Francisco. Like, that's really fucking close.
It was Montana.
Yeah, Montana.
All the way from Montana.
We don't live in America, so I don't know how close Montana actually is to San Francisco.
I had no idea how far away California and Florida are until like a couple of years ago or whatever. I thought they were closer together, but it turns out they're on the opposite sides.
I kind of liked the little I kind of liked the little jab about San Francisco sucking, though.
Yeah.
I had to admit that
was kind of funny.
While that joke was absurd, and I get that cake was made for the sake of literally a joke, I still found it quite funny.
It is funny, because San Francisco does suck. Clean your streets, you shitters.
Stop bringing back old diseases.
Oh, and get rid of your sanctuary cities.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. Namaste.
No. The music was pretty forgettable. I don't really remember a whole lot.
The only song I remember at the moment
is Queen.
Well, that remix sucked, but that aside, the only song I remember was they actually played the Green Hill Zone at the end where they were having like this little thing where Tom and his wife were painting the house. You could hear the actual Green Hill Zone.
I didn't even notice.
No, I noticed. It's kind of why I chuckled to myself a little bit because like, oh hey, I recognize the music.
Yeah.
Otherwise, soundtrack is pretty forgettable.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. And that song during the bar fight wasn't very good. I didn't like it at all.
Overall, the soundtrack I wasn't really impressed with. I mean, it did its job,
okay,
I guess.
I didn't mind the scene with Robotnik when he was listening to music.
Yeah, that was alright.
I think it's kind of weird. I thought it was kind of weird of him to listen to music made by people he considers intellectually inferior to him in every way. Unless he's just like, okay, that song's actually genius, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, he also gets people to make his glasses for him.
And his coffee, so
his coffee.
Whatever, I guess it doesn't matter that much.
Oh, there was something.
I'll just say that Jim Carrey. Yeah, I just
Jim Carrey was a really fun part of this movie. It was good.
I thought Jim Carrey was going to be pretty fucking shit from, well, at least from the first couple of trailers.
Yeah,
I
like
thought he was just going to be some annoying Lamau. I'm Jim Carrey, haha.
So quirky, haha.
And yeah, there was a bit of that in there, but you could also see how he was
Yeah.
actually trying to become.
The trailers
Robotnik.
interpreted him like he was like a one note character that wasn't interesting. But you know,
But no, they actually fleshed him out for the most part.
I
so
didn't even
mind
hate.
them.
I didn't even hate the back and forth between Tom and Robotnik either.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite good.
Yeah,
Though Tom, like you said, Tom's character is quite inconsistent
He
at
is
times. Like
horribly inconsistent.
at the bar, I like how he didn't even stop
Yeah,
to
the
think
whole
to
bar
flash
thing.
his badge.
Fuck me, that-
Like Jesus Christ.
That was just crazy.
I don't know about you. Did you find it weird how literally time stops without Sonic even moving? Like I get why, but do you feel like that was just a bit weird?
No,
Like time literally
Um,
stopped while he wasn't.
I mean, I
moving.
kind of get it, but it's the thing is though, it's from his perception of time,
Yeah,
because he
that must be how he sees it.
Because when he moves at Sonic speed, his mind interprets it as everyone else being slower than him.
Yeah,
When in actuality, he is really fast, but he can process everything normally
yeah.
in hyperspeed.
I feel like that. Do you feel like that the Sonic has this bag of rings that allows him to travel through
Yeah.
worlds and stuff, and he loses it when he gets shot with the famous tranquilizer gun scene
Yeah,
in the garage.
yeah, the meow.
Yeah. Oh
the
god, that
horrible
still
teeth.
that still haunts me. He
Yeah.
still has those realistic teeth in the movie. Still, I noticed
Not really. They did change it.
they did change them, but they were still like human teeth almost, but
Uh,
nowhere near as
Honest-
egregiously
no, his
bad.
his teeth were way better in this.
Yeah.
Than the initial one where they were like little
Yeah.
thin
Oh.
thin ones. No,
Oh fuck.
they fixed that because it looked bad.
Do you feel like that it was a bit too easy to get those rings back?
Yeah, because it was just going to San Francisco.
Yeah.
So
So I guess it wasn't so bad. I kind of didn't hate the use of the rings going through portals and stuff. Like Doctor Strange, I didn't completely hate that.
yeah, I didn't
That
mind
change.
that.
At least
It was an okay scene.
it gave him more purpose than just collectibles
Yeah.
to keep yourself alive and shit.
I did notice he made a little joke about having a bonus life, which, yeah, haha, I get it, but it
Yeah.
wasn't that funny.
Literally, just take out.
It was at least better than the Fortnite dance.
Yeah, what I would take out is fart joke, Fortnite dance, narration of. Let me tell you how I got into this situation."
up to this fucking climactic agency.
This really cool scene that you'll see like an hour and a half in the movie.
Fucking hate it. Oh, I guess we're starting to wrap up, but there was one other thing I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
The whole I'm playing baseball by myself and now I'm really sad, so I'm gonna run around.
Yeah.
On the base. on the.
I know what you're
bases.
gonna say. Yeah.
Like, I was gonna laugh to myself a little bit. I had to stop myself a little.
I was emotionally gripped in that
Because he's
scene.
like, oh man, I'm lonely, and all I kept thinking when he was running on the field
In
was like,
circles.
I need speed. How do I get
Get
speed?
speed. I'm losing
speed. And
I really like.
it just reminded me of that because he's like, oh, I'm sad,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna run. I need speed.
I did actually like Sonic's characterization of him being lonely and stuff because he's been lonely for 10 years.
Yes.
So
I don't like. Again, I don't hate his story. It's just not
Yeah.
terribly amazing. That's it.
well, considering that Sonic doesn't really have many amazing stories to have, I
guess that's
this
a
one.
good point.
Yeah. Because literally, how many good Sonic stories do we actually know of? I like the Saturday AM cartoon. I didn't mind Sonic Underground.
Yeah.
Sonic 06 is something everyone would sooner forget.
Hey,
I kind of like how they didn't have Sonic kiss a human in this one, unlike in
Dude,
Sonic 06.
Holy shit. If they did that, people would fucking say it's the worst film ever.
You know what I was half expecting? CPR
funny.
Sonic when he got hit by that explosion and was
Oh,
unconscious.
yeah,
I
no.
actually thought he was gonna start doing CPR with the full.
No.
Oh fuck! Could you
Oh
imagine?
my god, that would have been fucking
Gross.
uncomfortable.
Everyone would
They were
have. Been...
already pushing it with the feet thing. The CPR would have been a step too far for me.
Honestly, the references in
you
this
know.
movie were quite good, except
My favorite is Sonic.
Yeah, my favorite was Sonic. That feet thing absolutely fucking killed me. I don't get off to that shit, but oh my god, I lost it because it was so fucking
funny.
It was so fucking funny. But yeah, in all honesty, unlike Detective Pikachu, this is a movie you should actually go see if just for the sake of they fixed Sonic and the movie's not absolutely terrible.
Basically, it's like this: if you liked Detective Pikachu, you'll like this. If you weren't terribly a big fan of Detective Pikachu but didn't outright hate it,
you'll like this.
You'll probably still be okay with this film, just like I am.
You could probably just watch this movie just to see Jim Carrey act, because he was quite interesting.
Yeah, or if you hated Detective Pikachu, chances are you're not going to like this film either. Because, again, it is very generic, very average, and I think I will forget a lot about it later, but I don't hate it.
I would probably say that this is probably the best video game character movie that we've ever gotten.
Yeah, I can't really think of any others, so that's probably true.
We have Tomb Raider.
Halo had an anime, but...
Yeah, we had Detective Pikachu, and that's it.
Yeah.
We've actually had two Tomb Raider films. We've had the Angelina Jolie and the garbage remake that everyone forgot.
Well, technically we had 2 Angelina Jolie films,
or
at least 3, probably 2.
I forget.
And then we had another one later where she had that fucking
forehead
head
syndrome,
or her neck was just too long.
I bet you everyone's forgotten that movie even exists.
Yep.
I completely forgot
did.
until I was reminded.
Yeah, I certainly forgot.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the film was
good.
fine.
I had fun. If you want to go,
I don't hate it.
If you are sick of politics in your movies and just want to watch a nice, fun movie that you don't have to think about too much,
Asterix with diversity.
With obvious diversity hires, but you know what? We ain't getting rid of that shit anytime soon.
Nope.
Not for a while, actually.
It will still piss me off though.
Yep.
So
we'll never stop complaining about it because we're racist.
Totally.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. No other possible opinion.
Yep. There's absolutely nothing
No
else.
other reason. You're just a racist and you just hate black people. Yep. Whatever, mate.
In all honesty, the acting in this movie was actually better than some movies. At least
it's serviceable.
At least Tom's actor could act unlike Justice.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching the Sonic review.
Yep. It's probably the most anti-PC review you'll get as far as I'm concerned,
But enough about us. What do you guys think? Leave a like. Get me in the algorithm. I need that money that I don't have. Get me into trending. But anyway, guys, Happy Valentine's Day for all you super turbo virgins out there that are going to go see
we
Sonic.
got it a day early, actually.
Yeah, we did.
Well, 2 days early from America's perspective, but whatever.
But I think some people have already seen it, which is really weird. But
yeah, they're always early screenings. Always.
Yeah. But yeah,
special ones.
Happy Valentine's Day, guys. I hope you all enjoy the Sonic movie for all you lonely, lonely people.
Nah, they'll just masturbate to Sonic's new feet.
Absolutely, same here.
So, yeah, gross.
Fuck you. You know, that wasn't too shabby. It wasn't too bad.